Hi there. Hi, Mariana.
Hi, Cary. Nice to
Hi.
see
Nice
you.
to see you too. This is our 21st Century Superhuman show. And I am Cary Ellis, author of 21st Century Superhuman. And today I have with me Mariana Gee. She and her partner are the producers of some amazing, amazing, amazing high frequency products that use plasma energy and liquid gold and all kinds of wonderful things. So, Mariana, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into doing this and what it is that brought you to this point, because I know you're playing an amazing role in our awakening on planet Earth, our being able to get in touch with the deeper aspects of our own higher consciousness, our own higher frequency, and I just love that. Go ahead and share with us about yourself.
So, I have started to learn about natural ways of healing. In 1996, my path was always in the healing modalities that are connected to nature, that are connected to everything that is basically, which we would call term alternative, but for me is more like the mainstream, because the nature is the mother of creation. So we should always look to nature for all the answers for any of our ills or anything that can bring forth the answers to our today's problems. So in 1996, I started to look into that, and I finished massage therapy and got certified, and then started to realize that I had ability to heal through my hands. And after that, I actually also wanted to go into the path of holistic plant-based nutrition and healing. So I finished that school for holistic nutritionist and got certified. And then after that, I started to look into the more into the frequency medicine and herbal medicine, and started to wildcraft my own herbs and started to grow my own herbs. And from there, I started to look into more ways of healing, and have been studying the universal laws of life since 1999, and experienced many miracles on my path. And realized that there is a reason that we are all here on the planet Earth, that we have to look into within ourselves and to find that pathway to realize our divine self, and become more and more of that divine self while we're here. And then I actually got to the path of learning on about the laws of life and the actual reason of the embodiment and bringing forth the divine plan's fulfillment here on Earth for all mankind and for Earth and so forth, so on. I got introduced to the Radionics and resonance technology in 2007 through several of my teachers, and started to bring that into my practice, and where I see my clients, and saw that the frequency medicine is the medicine of the future. The energy medicine is the energy of the future. Besides, of course, good nutrition and following the laws of nature and living in ways in the I would say balance and harmony with nature.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that happens after many years in this field, because that's where I came from as well.
Mm-hmm.
We healed my broken arm in 6 hours, years ago with body electronics. And we begin to learn that healing, even though we can harmonize with nature and use herbs and do all these beautiful natural things, that there's a whole nother level of healing, which is about frequency. And I think that's, it's what we get, I think, after working for many years in this field. And I just love that.
It's so true, because we see that everything truly is energy, and everything is has its vibratory action. And once that vibratory action is harmonized, through the different frequencies, we can bring in the healing, which is truly the balance and harmony. And that starts through the emotional body first, because over 75% of diseases, I call them disease, really what it is just a disease in the emotional body that actually condenses. Now there's of course deeper reasons why the emotional body goes through challenges, which are many reasons and many causes on the outer, inner relationships, so forth, so on. But over 75% of the diseases actually originate in the emotional body. So basically, through this way, I have last year, actually in 2015, I have come upon the teachings of Mr. Kesh, Mehran Kesh, and we spent together, Dan and I spent thousands and thousands of hours studying the technology, and I actually started to right away receive inner messages, what is needed for us to do in order to bring forth more of the healing and more of the effective results to get more of the healing. And so basically what I started to do right away, I received that it's really important to utilize this knowledge in conjunction and in combination with what we're already doing, with the frequency medicine, with the herbs, and with nutrition, and started to actually do some interesting experiments, which surprised myself and my husband and our team, and saw incredible results. Actually, we're looking into the atomic structure medicine, like herbs, and they are very gradual and they work in a certain way. And of course, you know, the process of healing has to be gradual and it has to be integrated in a whole body system, because it's a holistic method. So we can't just treat one thing. We have to treat body as a whole together with the emotions. And the plasma technology has also proven itself, and at least in my practice, that's what it's doing. It's actually addressing the emotional state, it's addressing the physicality, and together with herbs and holistic plant-based nutrition, it really can do wonders. Now, I knew that, but what I didn't know at that time was that I could actually combine it with what I was already doing. We have built many different different kinds of equipment for water, bringing in the water into the structure, or structurizing the water, bringing in the frequency into the water, and bringing in the resonance into water, like different resonances, like Schumann resonance, all kinds of different harmonious resonances and frequencies. And we actually have worked with that equipment that we have built, and also other of our friends have built and we have modified. So we were able to see the difference, how the plasma acts with it, and also the difference when it's applied and when it's not applied, and what results we were getting. So we thought, okay, we do have something interesting here. It's not just...
That's very exciting, Mariana. Very exciting, because I know I experienced many years in holistic health and, you know, natural healing practices, that the plasma is a whole nother thing to be around when we begin surrounding ourselves with it and integrating it with these natural tools. It is very powerful. It is that place between spirit and matter. And I see our beloved Saint Germain and the violet flame behind you.
Yeah, he is our guide and our teacher. I had many wonderful miracle experiences with beloved Saint Germain, and continue to. And he guides this whole earth ship into ascension, I would say, for everyone. And we can talk about ascension a little bit, because I choose to know if a lot of people talk about ascension, but ascension truly is raising of the frequency of the atomic structure and raising of our consciousness to the level where we don't have to age. We don't have to have disease. And we can have the powers that we have had in previous golden ages, which is teleportation, communication in a different manner. We can use these powers because right now we use very little of our brain. The average person uses very little of our brain percentage. And we have so much potential in us to become these divine beings. And there's the ascension process is that process of escaping from the birth and rebirth, that cycle, and becoming the eternal being in that natural way. And plasma technology actually is what was shown to us, and as we have been guided and are guided, is actually that tool. It is one of those tools. Of course, there's tools like visualizations of violet flame and blue flame and many different cosmic light rays that we can do and bring into the body and so forth, so on. But plasma is actually that part of that whole plan. And the great ones, which is beloved Saint Germain and all the other ones that are part of the plan of cleansing the earth and raising the humanity, is basically watching this, and they are the ones that also send these ideas to humanity.
Definitely. And I know, yes, when you say ascension, sometimes we think the old stories that are like us, raising up to somewhere, but really, and I've come to believe it's really about raising our frequency so that we're operating in higher dimensions as we walk this earth plane.
Yeah, we can be in higher dimensions right here and now, and,
yes.
and we can have the heaven on earth here within us first.
Absolutely. And the plasma is a huge tool. I mean,
Exactly.
Again, I really see this as a connection between spirit and matter. It is our bridge. It is a bridge. I tell a story, my contributing author to my book, Teddy Mulder, tells about a teacher she had who was a spiritualist years and years ago. And she wore a ring and she would channel the ascended masters and she'd wave her hand and off of her ring would come ectoplasm because she was just connecting with, and it is that it's that source field. It is the field, the energy that comes from source. And us being able to see it manifest into the matter state. So I just love what you're doing with your products. I think they are all tools. When you say that many of them are tools for us accessing that enhanced frequency state.
Yes, they are the tool because you see, in this atomic structure that our consciousness is in, because truly we are the consciousness and we are in these beautiful temples or our atomic structure bodies. The body is a temple, but is also like a machine. It has its way it's been designed to work perfectly, and it was never designed to be ill in any way. It was never designed that way divinely and originally. However, when it comes to these products, for instance, like emotions can solidify into toxins, like ill emotions solidify into toxins. There are environmental toxins that we're dealing in today, and different frequencies that are not like radio frequencies, electromagnetic fields that are not truly of the light, they're not truly of the highest harmonious vibratory action. So those things, and of course our food is another thing that causes, depending what kind of food we eat, of course, we try to eat the purest food so that we can have that higher frequency. But where these products come in is that solidified substance, which are toxins within our bodies, whether it's metabolic, emotional, whatever it is that it comes in. With the plasma technology, what we have found, and I have found with all of my clients, is that the first thing that happens is detox and the purification of the cells. Around our cells, we have these substance that has been solidified. So even in our brain structure, around our pineal gland, there is this substance of these different toxins that just literally solidify around the cells. And within our cells, we have, of course, electrons. An electron is a divine spark. When we look at the electron is actually perfect. It's a divine consciousness that is perfect, that it has our blueprint of our divine selves, the way we really truly are designed to be in the image and likeness of our God self. But the fact is that all of these toxins, they actually slow down our vibratory rate so that we don't get that impulse from our higher self and from our I am presence, which is coming through to show us how to fulfill the divine plan for the earth, to make the earth into blazing, beautiful place where there's only harmony and perfection. So going back to the plasma, what these products we know are for is that they are designed to help purify our bodies, to purify our emotions. And I mean, I could tell you letters and letters and letters of that I receive on my email, in my email box, which is all how these products have actually helped people to be more calm, happier, more harmonious, just inspiring them to, and that is like a domino effect, because when we get rid of this tension, and we get rid of the pain and the inflammation in the body, well, it's a domino effect, and they have more motivation to do this, to do that, to bring forth all these wonderful ideas for their family, for themselves, for the world, whatever they wish to accomplish. So it's really, really incredible for us, and very humbling, by the way, to watch the change in people that we come to and we help. And we do a lot of donations because we wanted to give back to life, even with what Mr. Cash has shared freely with the world, and knowledge, and all of our other teachers have shared with us and bring to us, so that we can bring in. So we have done a lot of that, and we always watch to be able to help people in many, many ways. We don't like to talk much about that, but it's important to understand that, we're all doing our part. Now, when it comes to the product in my
Mariana, just to jump in a second,
please do interrupt me.
I love the description of the electrons, and knowing that the solidified emotions need to be dissolved and cleansed from the body. I mean, that's beautiful. And the fact that you're, implementing tools that can assist with that, I think that's really super powerful for people. It is something very valid, useful. I think it's part of the old structure system breaking down that we're waking up out of, is this the old patterning of solidified emotions, of staying in them and knowing we need to let them go and not always knowing how. So I love it that you're developing tools that assist with that.
Yeah, thank you. It's important. Well, 75% of our body, well, actually over 68 now, the scientists are saying, but depending upon the age, just water. And it just reminded me, because I drink some water, and basically to me, to drink the water that has been charged through the plasma technology, and the way we're doing it is very interesting, because and I'll talk about that more in details maybe after we get into the slideshows, but I want to really talk about each product, how amazing. But like, to actually drink the water that has been charged with this high frequency, and to watch this water, even if after it sits in this vessel, like in the bottle of health that we produced, and to sit in this vessel and to watch it become more and more alive after each and every minute, moments, it's just it becomes much more concentrated with plasma, and to bring into our bodies in order to purify our atomic structure, in order to, once we purify, of course, and raise the frequency of our atomic structure, then that light from our higher mental body, from our presence that gives us life, can come in much more unobstructed. Then, it comes through the pineal gland that has been purified, anchors in the heart, goes through our nervous system, and that light, which is truly what sustains us, is that light. Once the light is withdrawn from the body is, there, but there's no life in it. So that life force, which is light, within us is actually, through our experience with this, is able to expand with
Yes.
these.
And again, that's the removal of toxins, the raising of the frequency, and then the light can come in. Are you wearing one of your nice headbands, kind of like I am?
Yes.
I love this.
Yes.
And yeah, and I have one on my arm. I have one of your water bottles as well. I didn't carry it up here with me this morning to the coffee shop, but
yeah.
it's beautiful. I love these things.
Yeah, me too. You know, I just this morning, I just woke up and one of the Facebook messages, I received these every day, by the way, and it was this gentleman from Africa, and he is so thrilled with what is it doing for him, the energy that he's feeling, and even, you know, the change that he's feeling in his mind and also his memory as well. And then there's another gentleman from Africa that two of them actually messaged me today, and he actually wants to become a distributor of the products and so forth, so on. The whole idea here, it's what is really amazing about this is what we focus on is helping humanity. We're not focusing on selling the products. The products are selling themselves. That doesn't, you know, that what's most important for us is that we are giving, we're offering something as a tool. And then, of course, those that have eyes to see, ears to hear, intuition to recognize, strength of the light to act upon it, they will, of course, come. And we're developing many, many different ways. What made our prices a little bit higher, you know, for some people is that we're putting a lot of gold into our products. And we're actually, when we put gold, what people need to understand, the gold actually melts. So, but the reason why we use gold in all of our products is because the great host of light teaches us that the gold has the highest frequency out of all elements. And the highest frequency, and they also teach us that the gold comes from, it's actually solidified energy from the great central sun, the sun rays. And that makes sense then. It's a solidified substance from the sun, physical sun. And I'm going to show you like this in this right here. This is just one of the gold that has been, of course, melted through plasma.
Beautiful. So you're really making gold GaNs, right?
Yeah, we're making gold GaNs.
And it turns violet. How amazing. I haven't made gold GaNs yet. Somebody just gave me a little piece of gold that I'm going to make gold GaNs with, but that is gorgeous.
So, but you see what we found, Cary, which is really amazing, is that when we use different frequencies with our resonance and radionics technology, even though we use the same method, the gold actually changes color. So like right here, as you can see, it's a completely different color.
Yes. Oh, beautiful.
So, so what we have here is two different kinds of gold intensity in its vibratory action.
And so how are you activating frequency when you're making it?
Well, this is something that I've done. First of all, I've been making extracts, the herbal extracts for many years, and they're about 75 times more powerful than when you just use herbs. And we developed this, we had a friend who made this different resonator, and we have radionics technology, actual equipment. So we were shown how to make these plates and antenna with the pyramid and copper and so forth.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with radionics and I love it. It's a great science because it's kind of an earlier science of bringing the frequencies into matter, you know, enhancing matter with powerful frequencies.
Exactly. And for an instance, like we have several equipments, and in those equipments, I have what's called like a bank of frequencies, different bank of frequencies where I could address general health. I could address pretty much pain, any bacteria, vision health, eye health, liver health, kidney health, any frequency, because literally all of our body parts are have frequency. All of the elements have their frequency, because everything is truly energy and vibration, and it has its frequency and vibratory action. So when we have actually developed this special process, and of course, you know, I developed this for my different, at that time when I was making these extracts, the herbal extracts for my clients. And of course, I would see the difference. I would, you know, notice the difference, because we had this already. And we've been practicing this since 2007. However, when we learned about the plasma technology, we right away knew, of course, you know, we're collecting the CO2, we're collecting that substance, which is truly a light substance. We're collecting that, and we can qualify that with these frequencies through this equipment. Of course, we go beyond equipment too when we qualify things, but the fact is that we can do this. So, and then we were able to see how even plasma acts, how it's different when it's made. So we were able to make these comparisons.
Fantastic. That's awesome.
So we do add gold because of that reason of, which is going to be in previous golden ages. We were using gold as an exchange, and the consciousness of mankind was different. See, gold, people look at gold today and they qualify it however they qualify it. Everybody has their own qualification. But the fact is that the gold within itself is very spiritual element, which it has these qualities that are able to bring forth raising of our consciousness, so we can be these divine beings that we were meant to be here and now, and to bring forth.
And, you know, and we talk a lot just about infusing our consciousness into the GaNS that we're making. And I know that, you know, the way that you're living and the way that you're choosing to align soul, mind, heart with the highest, you know, levels, you're infusing that just by your presence as well.
Yeah, we do actually work. We actually do special decrees for our products, and not only that, we call on the beings of the light to keep on helping the people that are out there that are using our products, because it's not just about selling the product and finishing there. You know, that's not what it is for us. Our goal is to see this world illumined and purified, and people to really truly become who they truly are meant to be, and to
I love that.
break these barnacles of these hypnotic suggestions of,
yes,
that we're supposed to be this, that we're supposed to be that. No, we are here and now, and we have to decree that for ourselves.
Absolutely. The old conditioning, I call it it's like an old computer program, and it's based in this system that got built around corporate structures and, you know, harvesting off of humanity, you know, through commerce over and over and over. We think that we need to look a certain way in order to be considered beautiful. And all of these old, you know, really conditioned programs that have nothing to do with who we are as beings of light, as beings of beauty, as beings of soul and heart. And I love it that you're bringing that forth.
And within us is this strength of the light. And I've seen this with these products, because when people use these products, and they truly start to shed all those layers of, whether it's the toxins, the substances that no longer really serve them, even the old beliefs, of course, start to shed away. And there are many instances with families where we receive letters where teenagers start to change. They're drinking from the bottle of health, and a whole family is using the bottle of health, and even bracelets and so forth, so on. And they actually, there's more peace in those families. Teenagers start to change their attitudes. They're problematic teenagers. I don't mean to put all the teenagers in one group, you know, but certain problematic teenagers that actually start to change their attitude. And so it's really encouraging to see the peace part, because I can see how this is the tool of peace, because we need to bring in the peace in the emotional body of mankind. And truly it is helping us. We need all the tools in the world to bring this to us, because we are bombarded with so much of the discordant human creation that
Right.
tries to stop us.
Yeah, I don't even like being in a house anymore that doesn't have plasma energy in it. I mean, I carry my GaNS with me, and I carry my coils, and all different tools that I've made, and I just love it, and it makes this field that is so easing and peaceful, and then you've added beauty and all these other really wonderful ingredients to putting these things together, and I just love that. So
in the bottle of health, it's really, what's really amazing is that, so I, for instance, live in nature. I am so connected with nature, and I get to really, I'm very blessed with that. But a lot of people are in cities, and they're in the, office, for 8 hours a day and so forth, so on. And it's like this treadmill that I'm calling for the breaking, so that we can become truly a society we're supposed to be. But the fact is, the nature, for an instance, like, why did we put so many herbs in the liquid that charges the water around the outer wall of this bottle of health? Is the reason why we put so many herbs in the plasma liquid that is being charged and then being brought around in this outer wall of the bottle of health, is because you can receive the essence of those herbs, which are in nature. Like, for instance, we know in herbalism, animals are really good in this. They would come to a plant and they would absorb the essence of the plant. We used to have horses, and one of my horses was pregnant at the time, and she would come to a plant called trillium. And the trillium the root is used for helping to induce the labor. And she was just about to give birth. And so she actually was right there by that herb at that moment when she was giving the birth, because she was absorbing the energy, the frequency of that plant, and it was helping her in that process. So what my point being in this is that, why did we choose to bring in so many herbs into these products, is because we want to bring nature, the essence of the nature in these products. And so that the people can feel it, and they can feel more at that ease and peace, which is what Mother Nature does provide for us all when we're there. And that's why, for instance, we have chosen to put that into this bottle. And then the gold, the essence of gold is there, of course, to raise the consciousness and bring forth that for the people. And then, of course, like with the liquid golden ray liquid light that we have, which I take every day, all of my clients experiment with it every day. Now, we're not able to recommend it for internal, because we're very careful with all the FDA regulations and everything, but we can tell people what we do, and that doesn't stop us. We're free individuals in this world, so we can tell people what we do, and if people choose to experiment with that, that's their own. And so also for the people who can possibly, we also tell people, we have seen that one can actually hold it and absorb it. If you hold it for about 5 to 10 minutes, you can absorb the frequency of this into the body, which is
beautiful.
Which is the golden ray liquid light has over 360 ingredients.
Wow.
It has all the minerals, pretty much incredible amount of superfoods, herbs, and so forth, so on, all beyond organic or wildcrafted. So nice. The point being is that one can actually hold it and absorb it. If one can't afford maybe to buy it every day, and the way I take it is I squirt it under the tongue, and I morning, evening, sometimes 3 times, depends. And I'll talk about that part, because it's what actually helped me take down my food consumption to two-thirds less.
Nice. I know just being around plasma energy definitely diminishes the appetite, but I think when you're using the really higher frequency plasma tools.
Mm-hmm.
That is what happens for sure, because we're getting nourished on all other levels.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, the fact is that once we're able to remove those toxins around the cells, around the points of light within our cells, that light can actually shine more through, which is the light is what sustains our bodies truly. The light of our higher mental body and our true self, our I am present. So basically, that light that sustains this body, once the atomic structure is is risen to a certain vibratory action, that light itself is our food. Truly, we can live on light without even living on food, where of course the food is very emotional, it's very habitual. And I see it because when I started these products, wearing our necklace, wearing our belt of health, which is another amazing product that we actually, it's incredible what it has done for myself and for people. But I'll go into that a little later. What happens is the light within the cell starts to expand, and therefore that light, which is truly what sustains us, is able to, of course, give us that energy more, and even give us more of the all of these different ideas, creative ideas, and so forth, so on. Because the reason why people have maybe lack of different things is because there's more and more of those toxins around the cells, whether it's health, lack of happiness, lack of peace, lack of whatever the lack is.
Yes.
So what we're doing here is we're expanding the light within our bodies. And therefore, as we become more and more of who we truly are supposed to be, then we can radiate that to others, to our surroundings. We can radiate that into the world. And guess what? Because the actual frequency from our heart and from our brain is connected to the frequency of the earth, and this is a scientific fact. As we raise our vibration, we're raising the vibration of the earth itself, and earth can become much more harmonious, and the divine plan, which is the
definitely. We talk about the ascension of the earth, but it's really got to do with the frequency that we're carrying as a collective. And
exactly.
I love it that you're just doing this work to help raise the frequency for individuals, and then we become a greater, more coherent collective. It's really beautiful, Mariana.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thanks to the presence of life that gives us life and gives us opportunity to be here in this wonderful time, and that we can do this together.
Yes.
I appreciate your work, and as well, very much so from my heart. It's so wonderful to see all of us coming together. And like I said, we're going to see this earth, I call it freed up from all the barnacles.
Yes, I love
but we have to free ourselves also first, because it starts within us. Because I work on myself every day. I want to be a better person every day. I want to be free of all the lesser qualities and lesser human tendencies, and that's what these products have helped me.
Definitely. Well, listen, let's switch to screen sharing and look at some of your products, because they're so beautiful, and I'd like people to see what they are. Let's see. Give me just a second here. Share screen, and let me switch this to enter full screen. And there we are. So I'm going to just let you talk about these, and I'll scroll through as we go. So go ahead, and you just tell us the story that you've given us here in pictures.
This is a passion flower and passion herb that we grow, and there I just put several of the herbs we grow. We grow over 70 different herbs and wild harvest.
Wow! Oh my gosh, this is fantastic.
And basically, you can just go. This is a passion flower. It's used. It's really wonderful for helping people with insomnia and so forth, so on. You can go into the next one.
Beautiful.
The trillium, very endangered herb, but this is a wonderful root is used for inducing labor. And by the way, we actually make a lot of belts for fertility belts.
Nice.
Also for labor belts as well. We
Nice.
make all kinds of different belts because we take all these herbs and we put them in, and we transmute them into a plasma state, and of course, you know, then we mix them into all of our products.
Nice.
Go into another one.
So you probably don't really have to use as much of the herb, right? When you're changing it to a plasma state.
Well, you know, I came up with my own formula. I like to use a concentrate, and I like to use extracts, and because I make my own extracts. Extracts are about 75% more powerful than actual herb. So, you know, for me, I like extracts. You know, it depends what I'm aiming for.
Yeah.
But let's see for the next one. This is just some of my practice, like my different extracts that I've used, and now everything is being converted to plasma.
Wow, beautiful.
This is where I do some of my, this is interesting because I used this pulsed electromagnetic frequency mat and so forth, so on. But, you know, I actually tested, and because we're testing our mats and we're making plasma heal mats right now, and they're going to be available pretty soon. I was able to do a lot of comparison with several products that I already had. And I find that our plasma mat with different herbs and different elements and so forth, so on, it just covers most of the issues.
Wow. And so do you have a picture of the plasma mat yet, or not quite?
Actually, it's I don't have it available yet, but it's going to be available soon, and I will send that out. It will be on my Facebook, Mariana.
Nice. Great.
And it will be available on youtheternalsupreme.com.
Nice. So, and we'll put your links under this video so people can find you.
That'll be awesome. And so with this mat, then this is some of the, you can go next one. And basically this is some of my herb collection. I mix very custom mixes for people. I make extracts, so forth, so on. You can go next.
Nice. Oh, beautiful.
I just put this picture on to see how much of a product can be, and this is actually golden ray liquid light, which is what I was showing, is actually, if you take this in time 10 and many extracts that you saw on the other photo, is all in a golden ray liquid light. And this is the beauty of this technology, is that we can take all of these elements, foods, herbs, super foods, and all this nutrition, and pretty much boil it down to this.
Yes, I love it.
And the fact is that, now let's go over this because this is actually very important. A lot of my clients ask me, how is it that this can be done? Well, let's explain this part. When we eat, we actually absorb the vibratory action of the food.
Definitely. We're really turning the food into plasma in our system.
Exactly. And the fact is that we absorb gases. And these gases that are trapped in a liquid have a vibratory action. And vibratory action of that liquid is a sum of frequencies that are actually information.
Yes.
So it's information that is being given to our body system, and therefore the body is able to utilize that for various purposes.
Beautiful explanation. I totally agree.
So in this way, if one chooses to benefit, one can actually absorb that through this liquid, because the gases are already in this liquid in their plasma state, and one can do that. Now,
and just for people who don't know, we call it GaNS, or gas in its nano state, which is literally what the body turns food into when we break it down, digest it, and assimilate it. And also we're producing it outside of our bodies in these beautiful formulas, as you're demonstrating here.
Exactly. And this is a tool. For an instance, like one can actually hold it and absorb it.
Yes.
Through like holding it for 5-10 minutes, depends, usually the 15 minutes, or have it, in a pocket and absorb it and keep absorbing those nutrients, because it's wonderful. That's why we also put it in these, in a concentrated form, and or in our bracelets, which is what I'm wearing.
Right. And so maybe a health pen in a tube, we might add some of the GaNSs to, or all different ways and methods that we can
Yeah.
literally absorb without even having to ingest it. And then
Exactly. And also like this is my belt, for an instance, and then after I actually started wearing this belt, I eat very little to start with.
right.
And I eat only plant-based foods, very high vibratory frequency foods that are very pure, and we grow a lot of it. So, but the fact is, and I do a lot of wild foods, but the fact is, like when I put this on, Cary, and I was wearing this, I noticed after second day, third day, my food quantity, I mean, was like to 2/3. I could
Wow.
just like take a little bit of smoothie in the morning and not eat the rest of the day. And I probably, I can actually eat, I can even be without the food, truly.
I understand. So are we going to get to see a picture of the belt in these slides, or?
Yeah, we will. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. Maybe go
Good.
for another one. This is a hawthorn berry that we have in our, we have many of these
Beautiful.
on our land, and a hawthorn tree. And then this is calendula.
Nice.
We use all of these different plants. Go ahead and you can, the sage.
Beautiful.
And this is a guava, actually, pineapple guava. The leaves are used in our cream.
Gorgeous.
Which is the plasma cream that we make with to get rid of the blemishes and so forth, so on.
Wow.
And then we utilize many different, because in my practice I sell different kinds of nutrients to my clients. And of course now I'm finding that I can literally, forego that and just do everything through plasma. This is just one of the wonderful products. And then you can go through just some of the products that are in our actual Golden Ray liquid light, which there's about 360 ingredients in there. Go ahead and switch that, Cary. And then there's this another one. This is another product that I make for people, for my clients that are interested in blocking the xenoestrogens in the body. And
nice.
Because of all of this pollution with pesticides and plastics and so
Right.
forth on. And one of my mentors actually I got certified for analysis of tongue and nail analysis, Chinese medicine, so forth, so on. So basically, this is, you can go to a next one.
That's
Another
awesome.
one.
I think that's really definitely an issue, the phytoestrogens. So that's wonderful to have a product for that. So let's go to the next one. This is we solely use crystals, Himalayan salt in all of our production. Go ahead and next one. Okay, this is how the extract of all these herbs, minerals, nutrients, and everything. This is how before it's actually brought into a plasma state. You can go to next one. Wow.
Okay, nettles. This is another one, superfood.
Nice.
All these different foods. Okay, so what is this? This is, so before the bottle of health, we were experimenting with charging our water with the plasma liquid.
Right.
And then what we have seen is that when we add crystals, and we've done many, many tests. I mean, this has been going on 24/7 since 2015. So every day is like a new discovery. So,
nice.
So with this is that what we have found is that the crystals are so important in this on this plasma journey.
Nice.
Because crystals actually can amplify it.
Nice. I had that word in my mind. I thought you were going to say amplify.
Yeah,
nice.
Amplify to a level that I will show you in some of the pictures what we have found. This is yakun that we grow, and the leaves. We use the leaves and we make extracts from this.
Never seen that before.
Yeah. This here is this is one of the liquids. Actually, this is for the bottle of health. What you see on the right here is the normal water that has been frozen.
Right.
On the left, what you see is the water that was frozen, and on top of that water, just like this, was a actual plasma of the golden resonant liquid that we made.
Beautiful.
And what happened is, of course, without touching, of course, many that are in a plasma field know about this, but the fact is to see how incredible. Look at the difference.
Yes, and it didn't even have to be touching it. It was just above it.
It was just above it to actually
Very
be stuck
good.
to the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do that a lot. I do it with different devices that I
This
make.
one is not a good picture. I choose to know why I sent this one. You can skip this one because it can't see very well. Okay. This one is the golden ray liquid light, is where you see on the top. Now you see this, what's now actually in this liquid. And when we send this, we always send some of the plasma seed or GaNS underneath, because it has to hold the charge in order to hold the charge.
I'm getting a resonance just from looking at this picture, Mariana.
It's really, it's a really beautiful product. Now, I'm going to tell you a story about this product. Well,
Okay.
there's so many, but this is really interesting, and there's a reason why I'm sharing this. I have a client who is in her 70s, and she had this condition, obese condition, and she stopped growing in her early 20s, and she had this obese condition. Literally, like, it's really a challenging condition that her metabolism is just not working properly. And so I start, and she had trouble walking and so forth, so on. And really, I mean, kind of like, mostly like she had a fall, and then after that fall she really couldn't, she had so much pain, and she couldn't really get up and do much around her home, and was really immobile. So I started her on, she started herself, because we can't really recommend this per so-called rules. We just tell people what we do, so they do it themselves, what they want to do with their own free will, right. God-given free will.
Yep.
So anyhow, she decided to try this out internally. She decided to try it out internally on her own consent. And so basically she, so things were, like first 3 days, she calls me, she's like, I'm seeing this energy, I'm feeling this activation and so forth, so on. And then after a month and a half, and she's continued, she says, well, I am not seeing much difference. I'm just, I'm kind of, disappointed and so forth, so on. And I said to her, well, you're looking at the seed that is under the ground that hasn't sprouted yet. You have been watering it, but right now it can be sprouting any moment.
Beautiful.
You're going to stop.
Beautiful.
So I told her, if you choose to continue, you will see what this can do for you. And of course, she was encouraged, and we all get those moments where, sometimes, someone, something tries to pull us down.
Well, yeah. And we live in a culture that wants instant change, and what I see with being around plasma tools is it's a gradual deepening, changing, shifting. It's wonderful.
It's a gradual thing. Exactly. Yes. How it should be, Mm-hmm. And so what happens is she calls me after like 3 weeks, and she says, Mariana, this is a miracle. I am now up. I am walking. I am losing weight. I am releasing. I am all of these different, and I want to suggest this to all of my friends. Tell me what I need to do this.
Nice.
Incredible.
Beautiful.
And it's a great inspiring story, because I say this to my clients, and even with herbs. I mean, if you just look at the atomic way of herb and healing, herbal healing, what happens is it takes time.
Right.
And it's a gradual process. We have different formulas that can take 3 to 4 months. And here it is. The Golden Ray Liquid Light, which is available. And also with allergies. I had many stories with allergies where people would have these allergies for like 10, 6, 7 years, chronic. And this is from pollen to food allergies. And they see a huge change and pretty much elimination.
Nice.
So on. You can go forward. And then that's the Golden Ray Liquid Light. And then iodine, all that is in there. I mean, all kinds of kidney cheese in there. We just put everything. This is our spirulina we put in there. You can
beautiful.
You can go forward to the next one. We put hydrilla, which is actually a one of the most concentrated sources of calcium with all of its supporting minerals.
Nice.
And of course, you know, we need more magnesium than calcium. People are kind of thinking it comes from calcium, but we need actually more magnesium than calcium in ratio. It should be actually magnesium 2:1 on calcium. You can go, this is chlorella, another one there, liver cheese there. Go ahead. Basically, I wanted to put all of my products there. That then this is there, and here you can go into next one. Oh, okay, stop right there. So I'm just going to say this. What's really amazing about this is that, and it's really important for people to understand, is that when we put so many of these ingredients, and what's really incredible about this technology is that our body will match from that product, whether it's this, whether it's the golden ray liquid light, you know, whether it's the belt of health, whether it's the you know, what's in our golden ray liquid light in these bracelets, our body will actually exchange information.
Nice. I love that.
Herbalism, especially in Ayurveda, we pay attention to cooling, warming herbs, what's astringent, what kind of energies are in the herbs, and we have to match it for the people's constitution. Well, guess what? We have just taken that out of picture with plasma technology.
Yes.
Because we can put all of these nutrients, all of these herbs together, and we don't even have to be concerned if I'm Kapha, if I'm Pitta constitution, if I'm whatever constitution I am, which is wonderful. But, you know, we can put all of these elements in there and ingredients, and we can have an exchange and let our body intelligence take from it what we need.
Love that. I love that. Very awesome.
Okay, so here is a amazing one of our first products that we made, and I actually wear it. I wouldn't be without it a day. I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's actually a limited edition that we're doing. It takes a long time to produce, by the way, because what's inside is 6 different coils, and it's so tiny and minute. And these coils are 2-axis coils. There is a gravitational, magnetic, there is a physical and emotional coil.
Nice.
There's powdered crystals and our herbal GaNS inside there, and fit all of that into this little pendant.
Wow.
It's a powerhouse.
Nice.
And what happens is when I first started wearing this, Cary, after so many days, I mean, my energy was, through the roof. I'm very energetic, very healthy. But when I saw the difference.
Nice.
And also, I want to tell you, because Dan and I actually do a lot of testing between each other, and he would take his off and then would wear it off and on. We have seen that body does not develop dependency when we wear these tools. We've tested many people. We had people that would wear it, and literally people would be around in our group. I was at the conclave, and people would be coughing and so forth, so on. And it's this plasmatic field that protects our lungs, protects
Is some of it nano-coated on the inside?
It's nano-coated on the inside. Everything is nano-coated on the inside, filled with a crystal powder, filled with our the actual concentration of the plasma, the GaNS, that is of the golden ray liquid light. It's And so what happens is, and we make a limited edition for people that are interested. Not on the website yet. It will be. It takes a long time actually to make, because it's such a minute little coils, and it's a very so it's a very involved process.
Love it.
You can go to next one, and I was telling that's how we package it. You can go into next one. Let's see what's okay. I'm gonna tell this, say this, and then we're gonna go into this. And basically, at the conclaves, we had many different people coughing and so forth, so on. And by wearing this harmonizer, I call it harmonizer water drop pendant, because it harmonizes the body's water. And of course raises the frequency and so forth, so on. But it actually acts to disable bacteria and viruses.
Nice.
And we had people that were wearing it and people that were not wearing it. And we actually saw the difference, who got affected.
Very
So
cool.
this here is how we started to test for the bottle of health, because we actually tested a nano-coated copper around the bottle, and we tested many different things. But after we started to use crystals, and especially because crystals can hold infinite amount of information, with our radionics, with our technology that we have developed, because they have to be prepared, especially to be able to receive and not to be qualified negatively.
Nice.
So you can go into next one. I'll show you. You can go into next one. I just, okay, let's talk about pendant. Okay, go into next one. We'll go back to that. So what we saw with the pendant is that you see how this plasma field has been created.
Yes.
The water inside here. Well, this thick white, when it's in a circle like that, actually is actually what we found. Now, there's many different variations of plasmatic frozen water pictures and how they come up. Is that basically in here, when you see this thick white, that actually shows very strong plasmatic field.
Interesting.
This is so strong that the water inside the center of this circle, it doesn't even want to freeze. So go into next one. Let's see what we have, and I'll go back to.
Yeah, I couldn't quite figure out how to load this. It didn't.
That's okay. You can go past it. Okay, next one. We talked about a pendant. Okay, this is when pendant was put on a like in a ball jar,
right?
And just on the side of a ball jar into the freezer, frozen overnight, and you can see this kind of how it actually even takes its own shape.
Yeah, I've actually done this with coils too. Beautiful.
Yeah. And so, and then you can go into next one. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so basically here, going back to the bottle of health, these pictures are not really in the best order, but that's okay. We'll just ignore that. So basically what happened was seeing how much more powerful of a plasmatic field we were getting with crystals, then in comparison with just the plasma liquid, or plasma liquid combined with the copper that was nano-coated.
Right.
It was incredible what we have seen. These are just some of the GaNSs. Let's see.
Beautiful.
Next one. Let's see.
I love beautiful GaNS.
This here is an actual example what we found with crystals. Is because what happens is it's so strong that it would take much longer time for the water inside of the center of that to freeze, because that energy is still there.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So the crystals are pretty much, you can see how the water didn't want to freeze. And just to explain to people that may not be familiar with what we're talking about here, is that in the bottle of health, this plasma liquid is on the outer wall, and basically the water, I would like to turn it around so that it can be shown, is basically you can see the liquid possibly. Okay, so you can see this liquid is inside here. Now the liquid is such that the plasma seed or GaNS is actually ends up kind of going down into the crystals, and you can't really see it. But what we do to show people that we actually do have GaNS in there, it's not that it's just the plasma charged water. We show, you can see how there is a, let's see, can you see? Okay, you can see now how it all got mixed into it. This is the actual substance of the plasma in there, and that's where the gold comes in, that's where the CO2 comes in, that's where all the other ones that we put in there comes in, and that's actually there. Now after a while, it will, of course, will clear out, and like it would look like this. I have one bottle here. You see how on top, you can see it, or it will actually go down into the crystals. So with the bottle of health and crystals are so incredibly important in this. And like I said, and seeing how we would actually take the bottle and take it into a freezer and fill it with water, and then we would have to destroy the bottle, and then
wow, just to get the ice out. And so, Mariana, what we are showing is ice that is frozen from having these different beautiful plasma devices that you've made around it, and showing the plasma field in the ice. So some people aren't familiar with that, but just to say.
Yeah, that's true. And in this particular picture, it was before we had to destroy some of the bottles. We actually put them in a ball jars and crystals around it, and to show how powerful that field is, that it doesn't even want to freeze.
That's amazing.
At certain point. And that was in comparison when we did our comparisons with other methods like, okay, so here's, you can go into next one.
Beautiful.
Okay, this is another experiment with a different liquid that we came up with for agricultural purposes.
Nice.
And we're trying to get to the level where we can help plants with our bands to not, to be able to sustain themselves through freezes, through cold weather, and grow different crops. So you can go back to that one for a second. That one is a liquid that we're developing, and it shows here how it doesn't want to even freeze.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so you can go on the next one.
Nice.
This is another liquid that we were testing. Beautiful liquid. Okay, next one. Just to show people, how these wonderful plasma GaNSes, or I call them also plasma seeds, can actually work with on a different applications. This is gold again, and different and the golden ray, and we do mixes of these.
Amazing how it comes out the whole range from gold to violet too.
Yeah, it's gold actually. In the Ascended Master teachings, we're taught that gold actually contains all these high vibrational colors like pinks and violet and different shades and different blues and
beautiful
green. So go ahead into a different one. Okay, this one is another one with gold, and this here is one of my, in the middle is a experiment that we're working with different nutrients and astaxanthin for eyes, for healing the eyes. And then let's see the next one. Okay, this is another one with gold. You see on the right is this is what we were experimenting with, was frequencies.
Right.
In order to see if the frequencies can affect gold to the level that it does, and because we have built this special equipment for it, we knew it would happen, but didn't know at that time how it would happen. So this is what happened. Okay, this is different frequencies. Some of we can use myriad of frequencies.
Nice.
Because even every element can have a frequency. This one is just another range of gold, different kinds of gold.
Wow.
Next one. Here,
beautiful.
Here's the bottle of health again. And I just want to mention with bottle of health, what's really important for people to understand, this is not just the bottle for charging the water. You can actually recharge your whole body with this by holding it in this way and charging the reflexology points in the palms of the hands. And also what we do quite often is we breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. This is the plasmatic air. And we have great results with that, and it's so important. Also, what I do with this bottle, when we travel, we had people that would get like a back pain and just a different kind of pains from traveling, and they would just put it like in that area of back, lower back, and it would actually disperse the pain.
So just using it as
it's essentially like a big pen.
Big plasma resonator kind of. Beautiful, beautiful. And so just to say, Mariana, the outer wall of the glass has the crystal in it and the liquid GaNS, and then you literally put your drinking water in the middle. So
exactly. And what's important to also say is that this glass here is tempered.
Nice.
And it's really nice. You can put any type of elixir, tonics.
You guys are doing an amazing job of producing these products. I mean, they're just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So much thought, spirit, source energy, but then really great productivity going into them as well.
Well, all this is, this is for the higher purpose. Thank you.
I love
So
it.
basically, here we have more of these crystals, and these crystals go through a very, very special process. This is not just
Mm.
us putting crystals in and that's it. They are prepared through an alchemical process. Then they're washed. They're prepared through a chemical process, and they actually go through a charging
I
process.
love it.
So,
Oh, beautiful.
and here we are, the bottle of health again. And you can go to next one. Next one. Okay, here we are in. This was an amazing experiment with
I think this is the
with
first picture I saw of you that made me want to do a show of you and a show with you. And this is just amazing. I remember seeing these figs and going, oh my God, we need to know what these people are doing. So this is
So
just beautiful.
what we did here is, Cary, we said, okay, well, here we have all these plants, and we know we're making these bands. We know we're making, changes and so forth, so on. And so what about if we just put these bands around our tree and see how they act? Because, and we're not going to fertilize this fig tree. We're just going to do this. We, of course, do all organic ways and make our own compost and so forth, so on. But we're not going to apply anything to this tree, just water it. And we just put it around the trunk of this tree, and just watered it. And along and behold, this tree actually set the fruit 2 months earlier.
That is incredible. And to let people know what we are talking about, you have the 2 bands around your head and you have 2 around your hand.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing one on my neck and my arm. They're beautiful. And so they contain go ahead. Yeah, tell us.
They contain the actual a substance that is the seed, the plasma seed or GaNS of this golden ray liquid light, which is what was actually charged with the resonance and radionics. And we just wanted to, like I said, see what happens. What is it that plants will do? And at that time, so this is what happened, which is the proof that these plants are actually absorbing this energetic imprint into themselves, and that this is actually working.
And the fig tree made those big figs, and it set the fruit 2 months early.
2 months early.
That's incredible.
2 months early. This was in April that they set their fruit, and I was like, we were just, it was amazing.
So we're talking about massive food production, and I love figs. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so not only you can, this is the bracelets of health we were talking about. You can go to next one. Let's see. Okay, more of the bracelets of health. Oh, let me just say this. This is really important. We have tested with many people. Now you can wear one. If you're female, you should wear it on a right hand. If you're male, you should wear it on a left hand due to the energy cycle in the body. That's too long to go into. But the fact is that if you have 2, that you will have more balance.
I naturally put mine on the right. That's so nice.
Yeah. And what we see, and that's why, and of course, the 2 would be the optimum. And of course it's incredible that way. So let's go to the next one again. Next one. This is, well, actually, let's go back for a sec. This is the amethyst crystals, and we have a choice of amethyst or clear quartz. And we chose those for a reason. For their vibratory frequency. This here is a bottle of health plasmatic field that we were capturing inside of the bottle. Another one of plasma of the bottle of health. Another one of the plasma of the bottle of health. And this is our website, truetheternalsupreme.com. And this is where we offer all this. Okay, so this here is my grandma, who was my test, and I sent her these. She has a difficulty walking, and I sent her these tubes. At that time, they weren't filled with crystals, because at that time we didn't know that what crystal we had an idea, but we didn't know until we tested and then saw the changes with crystals. And from this, it was filled with various different GaNSs and charged with the radionics too. After wearing this for just 1 day, she got up and started to walk.
Nice.
Now, I wish that she continued, but she didn't continue. So now I'm making her something else that it's not easy to wear around the knees, because we have to come up with better ways around the knees. It's not that easy. I have another story about this, that same lady I was talking about, we donated these bands around her knees, and her legs were literally like, they were so big that she had this divot in around her knees. And when she put this band, it was staying around the knees because the divot was there and they could hold up there. However, after so many weeks, her legs started to transform, and she was losing the entire, the actual edema in her legs that she had for all these years, and she couldn't keep them up, so she had to tape them. It was incredible what happened to see. I don't have the pictures of it, but anyhow. So this is another one that is a affirmation sticker that we can put around the bottle of health for those that are interested.
Nice.
The words can bring more frequency. This is another liquid that we use, some testing, and that was charged. Okay, this is another one. This was previous to the crystals, when we were putting different resonance GaNSs inside. We saw people getting detox, and different clients that had different issues in the body that I was able to compare. Some of them are getting yellowing and so forth, so on. Okay, here we go. Figs again. This is when they set the fruit. And I said it two months earlier. Again, nature, really, bottle of health, being connected to the nature through the bottle of health.
Gorgeous.
To connect to the nature. Let's go to next one. Okay, this is Devil's Club. I call it God's Club. But anyhow, it's a bark that is used inside there, that is inside of the Golden Ray Liquid Light. This here again, figs. You see how big they are, and almost 6 inches. We can go to, okay, and plus they're amazingly delicious. They're not just this growth that happens without mineral count. So the mineral count was present. And then the anklets are amazing to be worn. Okay, here's the belt of health.
Nice.
And the belt of health, basically we can mix all different kinds of mixes for different kinds of health challenges, with different herbs, with different substances. They come in different colors, and they're amazing to wear. I don't take mine off. Not even for a second. It's even guys can wear it around. It doesn't pull on hair, on stomach hair. It's so comfortable. I don't even know it's on.
Nice.
It's a picture of a man as a magnet. Can you imagine now with these tools that we have, that we can become this magnet, and that we can become these divine beings that we're supposed to become, which is what we started this conversation with.
Beautiful.
And here's husband and wife clients, and then go to the next one. Let's see, where's the next one? Oh no, okay. Husband and wife, let's go to the previous one, please. Yeah, this one. This is husband and wife. This is one of the early bracelets. We were still perfecting our art then. And her bracelet, the one on the left, went yellow. And this is actually not in order, because the first picture should show the actual bracelet, and it all yellowed, just wondering what was happening. And I had another client that had that challenge, and I looked into her history of health and so forth, so on. So I was looking into comparisons and all of that. Now, after, we'll probably find it later, after a while, her bracelet, which you can't see here, her bracelet, just remember this picture. Her bracelet became yellow, and then from yellow went into this white, and even this little part here where the connector is all the way on the left-hand side under W here to the left all the way. Even that was where you see a little yellowish, that disappeared.
Nice.
Interaction of the plasma with the with these tools that we're making.
Wow, that is amazing.
Cleansing the body and so forth, so on. So we'll see that picture somewhere else. You can remember. Nice. This is a headband previous to crystals. We were doing a lot of testing. This is Dan. Now, crystals are a must with these products. It completely makes a huge difference. Like I said, that's why
the yellow.
Here's the yellow. This is what happened. And if you could remember, it reverted to that color right here. So
amazing.
Yeah, it's not in the best
order. So it kind of went through pulling toxins out of her system.
Pulling toxins out, and then it actually went right back into it to show, that shows us that plasma has consciousness, It has a selective consciousness too.
Nice.
I'm watching the time as well for us. So how are we doing on time?
Oh, I can't see time, but let's just keep moving and
Okay, keep moving. Okay. So Heal Mat is coming soon. This is previous to Heal Mat is a Belt of Health. Again, that was the incredible results. We had so many different stories. I'll just share one so we can keep going. Gentleman, 10 years of chronic back pain.
Wow.
And couldn't do much. Every time he would do anything would be in pain. And after the belt, just 2 weeks after the wearing, continuous wearing, again, this is culminative. This takes time. It's an actual gradual process, because I always tell people and my clients, it didn't take overnight to develop a challenge.
Exactly.
So let's not expect, we can expect, it's wonderful to expect. We should expect always good things. But the fact is, let's understand the body needs to take its time to get back into balance. So 2 weeks after, he's back pain-free, completely changed his life. Amazing. All these different stories. So let's go back to the next one. So Heal Mat, we talked about a little bit. That's what's coming, and it's going to be filled with these liquids. Incredible way to balance out the whole body. I sleep on one that we made, and pretty soon we're going to have the made ones.
Exciting. Awesome.
And here's the one that I made for ourselves and our clients. This was the early days when we started to experiment with that. We have seen that certain people would have certain discolorations happening because and I was able to document their health conditions and how the colorings relate to those health conditions. So I've learned a lot.
So you have GaNs inside of this?
So this is all GaNs and crystals. And
Right.
Crystals always are accompanied with this, sprinkles. This is mine that I made, one of my first ones. But again, when we have these, Cary, this is a pad. These are all going to be professionally made. They're
Right.
going to be.
It's amazing how how nicely professionally made your things are. And I get that this is kind of your experimental phase of
this is
producing
our experimental phase.
Yeah.
And we're going to call it early days one day. So let's go into the next one. Here we are. We have all of these coming out, just different bracelets, headbands, and so forth, so on. And this is Dan. He hurt his knee several weeks ago. And then the reason why I'm sharing this, because I just put the golden ray liquid light, and I put a wet poultice, not the patch, not
Smart.
this went right on a wet poultice.
Smart.
Wrap it up, and he was a new person in
Nice.
the next day. So it's really amazing. Again, golden ray liquid light.
Yeah.
Let's
I
see.
think that's a repeat there.
Oh, gold. And here's the cream. This is amazing, because the cream, we're still testing the cream. And it's amazing, Cary, because this cream is selling itself. I didn't even put it on a website, but people families hear about, and they're just asking me. I actually just found the perfect container for it. It was exploding out of containers because it's so strong. And it was just, the GaNs are so strong. It was changing many different ways. So I had to do a lot of testing. But
And you have gold GaNs in this, right?
Yeah, gold
GaNs. It is wonderful.
Yeah, you tried that. And so we just have, we're doing a lot more testing with it. A lot more batches are being made. We want to have it perfect. And it will have a cardamom scent to it, which is one of the most amazing youthing properties for skin. One quick, again, there are many stories, and I could share a lot of testimonies, but I'm watching the time too, is that one quick story is I had a lady with a wart on her neck. Probably I choose to know, was it like 20 years that she had this wart? And she applied the skin cream, and literally after 3 days, dried up the wart.
Wow. Wow,
So
that's
it can
amazing.
be used, for skin burns and acne, and it will do one thing though. Even though it's wonderful for all of these blemishes and discolorations and age spots and so forth, so on, it may pull out some underlying toxins. I had that with one lady who had this skin burn from many years ago, and it pulled it out, but it brought those toxins out, and then it just, but it didn't look bad or anything like that. And but it just brought those out, and it actually made her skin much more glowing and much more healthier and vital. So it rejuvenated those cells.
Nice. Beautiful.
So another thing that we noticed with this cream is it definitely has EMF protection qualities.
Nice.
Because that's what the GaNSs do have, especially the CO2 and gold. And what they have is this way of forming a field that does not allow this radiation to come and, of course, affect our cells. I'm talking about negative radiation.
Well, they use gold in space travel to protect from radiation. So obviously it's going to do it here. And, we're in this day of, people like rejuvenation creams and those things that make our skin look more beautiful. So wonderful
definitely.
Product.
And another thing is with this cream is we had several cases, people that are sensitive to computer screens, and they would actually get like red eyes, that inflamed capillaries and so forth. So they actually, when they wear this, they do not get those inflamed capillaries.
Nice. Very cool.
Which proves that it has that radiation, that it's that it's also it's coming into the brain structure. As we are focused on raising our vibration and raising our frequency, we have to get focused on cleaning and purifying our pineal gland, because it's a seat of the soul. It's exactly where the light comes in, and it's exactly where from where we receive the information from our higher self. And if those cells are obstructed by those light, really electron, which is the divine imprint, and light and consciousness, which is supposed to give us all these information about ourselves and information about what are we here for, and all of these different things, and even expand our consciousness, because expansion of consciousness is infinite, by the way. So we can keep going in that expansion. But the fact is that this pineal gland needs to be cleansed, and it needs to be unobstructed from these substances, whether it's calcification, whether it's different toxins that have that are in there that are obstructing that light and our true self's potential, which is really important to work on. So that's why the headband, and even just wearing it as a necklace, because it radiates, it has a radiation field, is really important. And also to keep purifying and keep expanding that light within the cells. So
Mariana, you are a beautiful, pouring forth wealth of just amazing, wonderful, high frequency healing knowledge. And thank you so much for sharing with us today. And I want to make really clear how people can find you, and we'll definitely put that right under the video. And I'd like people to be able to find your tools and all these resources that you're making. If anybody wanted to contact you to do sessions for them, can they do that as well through your website?
Sure, they can contact me at mariana@youteternalsupreme.com.
Okay, and great. And I can put that under as well. So
that would be wonderful.
Awesome. So
well, I want to thank you for your beauty of your heart and everything that you're doing in this realm of bringing forth more light to the earth. And I really appreciate that, and love you very much for that.
You too, my sister. Thank you so much. And I think we might actually get to meet up maybe we're on this tour teaching plasma workshops. That
would be wonderful. Of course, you're always welcome. I will let you know our schedule, and that would be so wonderful to see you. And I'm so grateful for everything.
So much love to you and to Dan. And thank you for what you're doing. I just want to cover myself with all of the things you're making. So I'll gradually accumulate them, and they're so beautiful. And I know how to make GaNSs myself, but you're doing some really nice alchemy, I would call it.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of this. People can put their own unique ways of what they choose to do, and I hope And
I love the way your cup of life is, because you can literally take the bottom off and you can add your own GaNS mixtures.
exactly.
Really imprint
For
it with
anybody
your
that
own.
is out there that is working with these plasma tools, they can do that, and they can contact us, and we can provide them just the bottle with the crystals, and of course they're going to get that amazing charged crystals that are specially prepared, and so forth, so on. So it's wonderful to see so many products out there of different people doing their unique offerings, and that's wonderful. And I just hope that that people get inspired to do more, because we need more.
Yes.
There's so many people on this planet. We need more people that are going to offer this and bring
billions of people. So there's room for everyone to be doing
exactly, and their own unique way.
Yes.
Because we all have a gift, and that gift is unique to our own selves, and no one can do what we can do, and that's a beauty how all of us are so important in this beautiful mosaic that we're painting.
Definitely. Yes, we say plasma to the people and plasma for peace. Bring the plasma to the people. And so we encourage everyone, breathe and smile, align with your higher self, your higher frequency self. Jump on the plasma train, because this is a really great phase in our human evolution that's going to carry us into a newer civilization founded in love and founded in the highest frequencies that we can operate in. Funny, I have a truck behind me right now. Sorry for the noise.
Okay, no problem. It's all wonderful and perfect. Okay, well, thank you.
Many blessings. We shall see you all soon.
See ya.